Last time I reviewed Ramencon was in 2013, and I had no idea what I was doing. Because of this, I gave them a pretty bad review. I'm very excited to finally get another shot at this with the review they truly deserve. This was Ramencon's 5th year running. They are still decently new, but are really finding a foothold in this community. Ramencon takes place in the Radisson at the Star Plaza in Merrillville, Indiana. I actually really like this location. I could totally see it getting too small for the convention though as it grows, so get the most out of it while you still can in the coming years because it really is nice. The hotel does have a restaurant as well as a Starbucks in the building, though expect there to be a line at the Starbucks. Also, a pretty nice little plus, this hotel has free parking. Registration was pretty fast. We got through the line in no time, but there was one little problem. They wanted you to fill out some information on a computer off to the side before you got in line to get your badge. This isn't a big deal, but they only had one sign saying to do this and most people didn't see it. It would be nice if they would have a staff member at the end of the line telling people about it before they wasted their time in the line. One of the few problems we had was how late things seemed to open. For example, the dealer's room didn't open on Saturday until 12. This wasn't a big deal or anything, it just seemed a little weird to us. Speaking of the dealer's room, it was a bit small. Of course, this is a small con, but it seems to be growing. I would love to see the dealer's room grow with it. That being said, there was still a decent amount of stuff in there and anyone could probably find something that they like. While on the topic of buying things, I really liked the Artist Alley this year. I don't know how it was last year, but the first year I went, it was all in the hallways. Doing that made the halls get really cramped. This year, most of it was pushed into its very own room. We all felt that this worked a lot better. Unfortunately, Ramencon still doesn't seem to get that many big industry guests, but they don't really need to get a ton of them, as the ones they did have were pretty big names. Every panel we went to was really good, and we didn't see any that started late. I'm sure some did, it always happens, but overall, panels seemed to run very smoothly. Along with great panels, they had a lot of really cool activities going on, like their Pokemon Snap thing that was going on in the hallways. They had a bunch of different pictures of Pokemon hidden all over the hotel. People had to go and try to take pictures of all of them. They also had laser tag late in the night. I don't know how this went as I honestly forgot to check it out, but others told me that it was a lot of fun. One of my favorite things about Ramencon is that they always get Cosplay Foam Fighting to come to the convention. They're a group that loans gear out for free so people can battle their friends in one-on-one battles as well as huge group fights. I really like the way their group is run and would like to see them at more conventions. I put a link to their Facebook page in the description so you can check them out or contact them. I personally am very split on the game room this year. I love I Play Games and the game rooms they run. They had some really good games in there that most anybody would enjoy, but it really felt like it was a bit too small. I would love to see them in a bigger room next year with a bit more stuff in there. Most of the times I walked in, everything was taken and it was pretty crowded. It would be really nice to just have a bit more space, but like I said, I Play Games does put on great game rooms overall. I put a link to their Facebook in the description as well if you wish to contact them. I really need to talk about staff. The first year we went, we had major problems with staff. A lot of them seemed rude and a bit power crazy, but we had no such problems this year. Every staff member we ran into was very nice and helpful. Major improvement in every way. Finally, the rave. The first time I came to Ramencon, I thought the rave was fun, but just okay. This year was totally different. The bigger room and seemingly better lighting really helped, but I have to give it to the DJs on this one. They organized an amazing event and seemed to execute it flawlessly. If you haven't been to one of the Ramencon raves, I urge you to check it out next year. I've put a link to their Facebook page in the description as well if you wish to contact them about any future events. The size of this convention is small. The location gets a 9 out of 10. I love this location. Sometimes it can feel a little cramped, but overall, I think it holds the con very well. Organization gets a 10 out of 10. I have to give it to them, everything seemed to run very smoothly. We had pretty much no problems the entire weekend. The dealer's room gets a 7 out of 10. It isn't bad for the size of the convention, but as the con seems to be getting bigger and bigger, I do feel it's outgrowing the type of dealer's room they had. I would love to see it expand next year. The game room gets an 8 out of 10. Pretty much the same complaint as with the dealer's room. It just felt too small for the con. Other than that, everything else about it was on point. Panels get a 10 out of 10. Everything seemed to start on time, and overall the panels always seemed to be fun. I also can't overlook the cool interactive events they had going on all weekend. Staff gets a 10 out of 10. We had no problems at all. They were very helpful and fun to be around. The rave gets a 10 out of 10. Without a doubt the best rave Ramencon has seen to date. I thought so, as well as many other people who told me the same thing. Keep bringing these guys back and I will keep going. Overall, I felt that Ramencon 2015 was a huge improvement over the last time I had gone. If you are anywhere near the area, it is without a doubt worth the drive. I would say Ramencon is more than likely the best anime convention in Indiana currently. At the end of the day, I give Ramencon 2015 an 8 out of 10.